what's up everybody? It's Omar. It is August 14th, 6:50 p.m. I already built my watch list and posted it to Twitter. So if you go to Twitter, you're gonna see that I actually posted it for tomorrow. Alright, so I said what I wanted to do moving forward, build it in advance instead of building it in real time, because it just takes a lot of time and most of you probably don't have the attention span to sit through this, probably get bored. So I'm gonna keep this down to 10 minutes. So again, you know, this is my criteria. Look for stocks between 20 cents and $40. Sometimes I change it though. Sometimes I'll make it 50, 60, 70, depending on how I feel. With a minimum volume of 500,000 shares, up 5%. You hit scan. We got 89 stocks. So I took the liberty of going through the stocks and picking the ones that I thought were worth noting. And you know, for tomorrow, BTCS is one of the stocks. I said yesterday that this was gonna move, and look, I didn't have a chance to trade the open. I was teaching, but you know, it went from 24 to 57 cents, man. I told you guys that what did I say? I said if you watch my video for yesterday for today's, I said if BITCF moved, BTCS was gonna move, and they both moved. So it had a crazy opportunity to buy and move, and if you look at this, right? Look at this. You get the gap up. You get the pullback. So this is like the flag pattern forming, right? Once it breaks, so once it goes there, it breaks here, you know, once it breaks, you take another rip, and this is, you gaps up again, and then it pulls back. All right, so gap up, there's a second bull flag. What this is basically doing is, look, guys are buying here, taking their profit here. More guys are buying here, taking profit here. And then then it ran up here, and then you got a little tiny pullback here. All right, not much profit taking. So, and what you want to keep track of, guys, is when you're in the trade, you want to make sure you're looking at the volume bars down here. So you're seeing a lot of buying, but not a lot of selling. You see a lot of buying, not too much selling. You know, that's what'll tell you help you to when to get in and get out. But basically, what happened was it's like almost a textbook momentum play. You know, stock gaps up, sort of pulls back here. All right, so there's a pullback. There's a flag pattern. Right, when it breaks above that flag, you go in. Gaps up, pulls back. Another flag pattern. Right here is when it breaks the trend, you go back up again, and it happens again. Gaps up, pulls back, and you have gaps ups along the way, entry points. But remember, stocks are like rubber bands. When they get too overextended, they're gonna wash. And what I would do is, let's say I would have got in. I saw it ripping here, and I took a chance, and I got in. Right in here, I'm putting a trend line. So wherever the body is, you see how it goes like this. This is how I would be. This is how I would be locked in. I would be riding the trend, and as long as the stock rides the trend, I'm in. So probably like right when it breaks here, like I probably if I got in, let's say somewhere here like in the 33 cents range, right in this 45-cent range, if I see it pulling back down to 37 cents, I'm taking my profit, because nobody knows that it's going to continue to go up. You know, and once it breaks the trend line, right? So if you got in here, you know, you're just riding the trend straight up, and once it breaks the trend here, I cut out. And that's how you can kind of ride the trend, because you don't really have any catalyst, no support and resistance barriers to go, because if you look at the yearly, you know, the stock's never been this high before. So, you know, and then you had this little push up here, and then it hit the high day, and it had this crazy wash to VWAP. And if you watch my videos, you know, I talk about that. It actually dips below VWAP, and then it kind of bounces. And this is that, you know, a panic. So when a stock rips one way, right, and goes up, and if it washes another way like this, you know, you put a trend line the other way. You know, you just go like this, the trend line the same way. Open, I did it all messed up. Let me just clear it. Let's do this. So, you know, you put your trend line, right, and you know, as long as you're seeing it sell off, you see the trend line going. Once it goes up and breaks that trend, you could take a buy. That's what some people do. You know, you could do that, and I did it kind of shitty. But now, what I like to do is I like to see a stock kind of sell off, and once it finds a support level, so here it finds a support level, and you know, you could have took these were like little fake outs, but you see all the selling pressure, so that gives you kind of a sense to stay in the stock. So, you know, you see it kind of gap down and then find a support level. Once it finds a support level, you know, you see it start gapping up, you can get in on the candle. So if you see it like it's just ripping, you know, you could say, all right, I don't see a little pullback on, so you could jump in on the next candle to make a new high. So right in here, 35 cents, you could have got in, risking the 33 cents. And what you want to do is put that trend line. So as soon as you see it goes up, You just ride the trend like this until once it breaks the trend, you sell. You know, you don't know if it's gonna go back up again like this. You know, another entry point on this stock would have been, for me, at least for me, once it broke above VWAP. So if I see it's gaining some volume, breaking above VWAP, I'm gonna use VWAP as my stop, and I'm gonna get in. So right here, 40 cents, I would have gotten in and rolled this up. And again, you know, I would have had the trend line just right in the trend, you know. And as long as it rides the trend, I'm good. Once it breaks the trend, I'm out. That's pretty much how you can take these trades like this. All right. Hope that makes sense. Now for tomorrow, what I'm gonna be doing is, okay, right? So if I think Bitcoin right now is starting to sell off, I think let me go. I think it's after hours. My understanding is so that's showing after correlated surge. Oh, that's 8 hours ago. I'm trying to see something. I don't know. I saw somebody on Twitter saying that it was selling off. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know, it's going so crazy that, you know, it's gonna pull back and it's probably gonna collapse at some point. So just be careful tomorrow. Now tomorrow, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be looking to see when the market opens. I'm gonna put my support and resistance lines here, right? So this is a area of resistance, right? So I'm looking to see, all right, what are the resistance points? So 43 cents is a resistance point. Here's another resistance point, 46 cents. All right, so you should have your resistance points all along the way up. This is, remember, nobody knows what the fuck a stock is gonna do, so they need some sort of catalyst to help them figure out where to get in and get out. And this is what they do. They look at support and resistance. So if Bitcoin is moving pre-market and the news is still hot, it's probably gonna pop at the market open. And you know, I'm probably in. You know, if it breaks right above the first resistance point, looking at to see what happens if it breaks past the second, and then, you know, I'm looking to see if it breaks past 50. So, you know, that's kind of how you got to look at this. You know, if the volume's in, you can take it for a ride. Remember, use that trend line. All right. Next up, MGTI. I'm looking at the stock. So this is another Bitcoin company. This used to be MGT. If you look at the yearly, you know, it's a RSI is over 70, so it's due for pullbacks. You know, shitty company, but because Bitcoin's running, it's running too. So if Bitcoin's moving tomorrow, expect this to move too. What I would be looking at is if it breaks above 2 and it has some volume, I'll take a long. I can't short it, so there's no shorting. So I'm not looking to short this. I would only take a long on it. But there's other plays. But you know, if you're thinking about trading this, you know, wait to see if it breaks above 2. Otherwise, look for the dip buy. If it panics, look for the support level. So like kind of like this support here, so here, but this looks like this is like a clear support level right here, 173. So what I do is I look to see if it washes to 173, and if it bounces off 173, then I dip buy it for a quick profit. You know, that's what people do, guys. That's all it is. BITCF. If you got this, I mean, this was the #1 winner. Look at this shit. Shit went crazy. So when the market opened, this thing moved. It had a lot of volume and a lot of people in it. So if you see it moving like this, you know, you just put that trend line, and as long as it rides the trend, you stay in. Okay, look, it had the gap up, had one pullback, it had a gap up, and then it had a nice wash. Because people were like, fuck this, I'm taking my profit. I don't know what's going to happen with this stock. But, you know, it just continued to move all day. You know, it kind of traded in this channel. So this is resistance, this is support. And look what happened here, guys. This is one of those patterns in my thing where I talk about where, look, right, the double top, that's a bearish sign, so it washed. And the double bottom, look, this became support. And once it double bottoms, right, so it first double bottomed here, gapped up, pulled back, double bottom, that was a sign for people to buy, and it just kind of ripped all the way up to 220, and then this thing just ripped all day. So for tomorrow, what I'm going to be looking to see, look at where it is in the RSI. I mean, it's insane. It's due for a major pullback. This is so overextended, it's insane. I'm going to look like, I hope like tomorrow, I hope it like completely crashes. Because what I'm going to be doing is looking to see where it finds its support, and I'll buy it for a quick dip buy. I'm looking to see, you know, this is its first, you got a support level here, 245, a support level here, 230. And the way I do this, guys, is let me just remove this clear draw set. Again, so right here, it's currently 270. So I'm going to see, okay, right here, 261. You see this? This is a support level. Or 260, right? 260, yeah. All right, right here. If it, and then look at the next one. So there's another support level. So what you want to do is you want to have these already ready to see, because people don't know where to buy or sell. So if they see this tanking, all right, you're gonna look first here to see if it breaks here. If it breaks below here, because this is a support level, then they're gonna look to see what's the next support level. The next support level would be here. Okay, right here would be right here. All right, so if it breaks below that, my expectation is maybe it pulls back and like right around somewhere, probably VWAP, it bounces off VWAP, and you can take it for a dip buy. You gotta find it for a clear support level, and you risk support as that'll be a stop. So that's what I'm looking at tomorrow. OPTH, OPTH, is a stock that a lot of these stocks I selfishly just put them on here because they're easy to borrow. And look, this is a stock that was trading at $2 pre-market. It's up all the way up to $2.75. It's a shitty company. It's had 2 green days. When it washes, look, on this day, this was it had 830,000 shares traded on July 27th, but it hit a high of 281 and it hit a low of 250. So that's like 30 cents. So it has the potential to wash. So my hope is, tomorrow, if it doesn't break past 275, if it breaks past 275, maybe I take it for a quick buy. But my hope is that it washes, breaks below the close price of 271, and I can take it down for, a short, and I can size in if there's volume, because it's a low price stock. I can take a 5,000 share position and, get 30 cents hopefully and make $1,500 on this one trade. So this is how I do it, guys. So that's what I'm looking at. And then we got CRPX. This is choppy. Normally I wouldn't trade this, but I'm looking at this only because, again, this is a stock that's really extended from 270. It went from 270 all the way up to 290. And I'm just looking to see if it gaps up, gets to 3, maybe it washes and I can take it for a short. That's why it's on my watch list. AVO has been moving over the last few days. I mean, the last 5 days, it's gone from a low of 233 all the way up to 330. So it's moved up a full $1 over the last 7 trading periods. And you see it moves, man. It has legs. Look, this went from 290 to 330. Gap up, right? You have the little pullback here, so a little bull flag here. And you gap up. Then you have the pullback right to that VWAP. So that VWAP bounce. Remember, when you see that bounce off VWAP, you take the trade, risking making VWAP your loss. And look at this. You could have took that up, and it gaps up, pulls back, and it finds this new support level here. So it's forming higher lows. You see that, look at that, gaps up, double bottom, and it has a next push up, and then look, another pullback. When you get these little pullback flag patterns like this, you're gonna get a push. You normally get pushes, but at some point it's gonna wash, right? And look what happened. It washed, or it hit up high of 330, then came all the way down, bounced off VWAP, just like in my momentum PDF that I sent you guys that asked for it. And then you take a trade off VWAP and right back up. So tomorrow, what I'll be looking is you get this in a lower high. So off, just like my shorting strategy. So it's higher day, bounces up, forms a lower high. You risk higher day, you take this for a short back down. So tomorrow, what I'll be looking to see is, to see if I think that it's had 2 green days. It's starting to get a little hot, but the yearly it looks a little bullish. I'll be seeing, let me just zoom out a bit on the yearly. Yeah, it's at its all-time high. I don't know how much higher this thing is gonna get. It's below the yearly high at this point. So I think tomorrow it washes, so maybe I'll look for a short at the open. We'll see what happens, And we have dries. It was on my watch list because I thought maybe it might move again. And look at that. It's all manipulation. It's still very choppy though. It's hard to get a sense of what you're gonna do. I just have it on there because it's volatile. I'm probably not gonna trade it at all. IPI starting to move again. This is a stock that has been just trending. Look, it's right in the 13 EMA on the yearly. Just keeps going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. It had one pullback. So I just have it on the watch list because I could short it. And even though this is choppy and shitty, even with this, I could take 1,000 share position and short. I could have shorted this somewhere if I found the top, and and got a what? This is 360, 50, almost 20 cent range. 1,000 shares, and I'm taking this short. That's a quick $200+. So, I wouldn't take a monster position on this guy because it doesn't have value. But I would take 1,000, 1,500 share position short, and I could do pretty well. So, I'm just looking to see. That's why it's easy to borrow and just see if it gaps up tomorrow. Maybe I'll take it for a short on the wash. and I got like all these other stocks. So again, I'm looking for stocks that are holding their highs, expectation to be volatile, and then based on the price action gives me a sense of whether I should go long or I should short it. I put this KOPN on my watch list because this thing had this crazy rip at the at the end of the market. I don't know, it's probably a chat room pumping it. But if there's no news on this, right, and it looks like there's no news, the news came out a couple of days ago, right? So this is probably a chat room pumping it. So tomorrow, this is going to be one of the stocks that I'm really going to be looking at. It's probably going to be my #1 stock to look for short, because it just gapped for no reason, almost 50 cents. So my expectation is it's probably going to wash at the market open. So I may be looking to short this if it breaks below $4 at the open. We'll see. All right, so that's going. Oh, actually, it's at 391, so it did break below 4. So we'll see what happens. But I may be looking for a short. This may be my #1 play. At least a short back down a VWAP. We'll see. So, and then I got all these other stocks here. And I just, so some of these I'm putting on. SGMO is another stock that's been moving pretty crazy. Look at this, 3 green days. This is a stock that I'll probably be looking for a wash. It's over as well. So those two, KOPN and SGMO, I'll be looking for shorts tomorrow. And they're easy to borrow with. They could swim, which is great. Right, FCAU, another stock that went crazy. It's up a lot. So we'll see. All right, and I got some of these other stocks. They're all moving. So these are volatile stocks. That's why I got them on my watch list. All right, so they're choppy. The market kind of sucks right now. But obviously, but to be honest with you, the best play to probably look for tomorrow is probably going to see BITC. If I was you guys, look for that. See if it collapses. Look for that wash. You got to just watch it like a hawk, like a sniper. Wait for that big sell-off, and then look to buy a bounce. All right, get in and out. Take 2,000 shares or something like that if you can. Get in. Look for that quick. 10 cent, 20 cent. Make a quick. $200, $400, $600. All right. So hopefully you find this helpful, guys. These are the stocks on my watch list. Again, subscribe, like, and send me questions. And now that I have everything linked onto my phone, I can respond quickly. All right, guys. Have a good evening.